since we started the discussion right here on 92.7 KUFM, because it looks like every day, news stories surfaces concerning the NIN, because as it stands now, there is a report that over 143 million subscribers, they've sent their identification number to NIMC office for confirmation. Remember, the news was that if you have NIN, you have to link it up. When you link it up, then your telecommunication company or network provider will have to send it to NIMC office to confirm. So that is the process. But like we all have been clamoring for change of dates. Yesterday was supposed to be, or the day after yesterday was supposed to be the deadline. But of course, there's a new development on that story, and these will form a major conversation on the program this morning. We have our news correspondent with us who will be joining us and giving us proper analysis and exposure to this NIN saga here in Edo State. But that will be after this short break. Stick around.
Join the conversation on KUFM's Dialogue as we introduce written voices. You can now keep the conversation going beyond 10 a.m. Send us your views on topical or burning issues of the moment, news, current affairs, or social-political issues that you may wish to share your thoughts on. It must be civil, factual, straight to the point, and in not more than 150 words, and we will give it a voice. Send your views to kufmdialogue@gmail.com or via our WhatsApp platform on 0807 552 7556. Keep the conversation going. Dialogue. Your voice counts.
You're welcome back to Dialogue right here on 92.7 KUFM, and today we are discussing NIN.
Okay, so absolutely. Interestingly, the NIN saga has been plastered all over the TV stations in Nigeria. This morning I was watching TV, some channels TV, and at the end of the day I could see people talking about the challenges they were facing. And it's not even an Edo State thing alone. It's a national problem, So we can't ever stop talking about it because of the time or the times we find ourselves in. This is the time of the COVID-19 where maintain physical distancing, take vaccine.
Shutting down parties and recreational centers. Limiting the number of people that should be gathered in a building. Just like one of our texters sent and said, the federal government is saying we should reduce the number of people, or, just basically shutting down recreational activities and centers. And then you're still asking this same large amount of people to cluster up at a particular place, probably a small place that could accommodate them, and then there's no social distance. And then for the stubborn heads we have in the country who would refuse to wear face mask.
And now, the interesting thing is, you understand that another dimension may have been added to the NIN saga, the dimension of corruption. But as a is here in the building, you were out yesterday to monitor, to observe what transpired or what was transpiring at the different registration centers. What did you observe when you went out?
Okay, good morning, listeners. Yesterday at the State Office of the National Identity Management Commission's office at Office of the City. I went there with our news crew. What we noticed there was that there was actually no observation of the COVID-19 social or physical distance protocol there. People who wanted to get their NIN numbers, they clustered around the gates. If you have been there before, there were like three lines. There are three lines where people were. I don't know what I call them, because what I saw there was I saw area boys. Yeah, area boys were like trying to come to the rescue, because the staffs at the NIMC office, like the population there, they overwhelmed with the numbers of persons there. So what I call them area boys or good Samaritans around the area, were trying to coordinate the people. I saw some persons were being flogged.
What?
Yeah, in the process of
the persons who doing the flogging, were they on uniform or something?
The boys, you said you saw some boys who came in rescue of the NIMC officials because of the large mammoth of crowd, which is that what you're saying? Yeah. And then some people were there to help contain this crowd. Yeah. And he's asking those people that were managing and containing the number of people out there in the office, were they putting on uniform?
No, they were not putting on uniform.
So those were the people who are flogging those who came to register. So, but they were not putting on uniforms. No. Okay, go ahead.
That's why I said I like all them area boys or persons. I don't know the label I'll give them. Who were trying to.
Let's just call them, for the sake of conversation, let's call them the crowd controllers.
Let's call it the crowd controllers. So, but one major thing there was that the growing level of this organization at that particular office. Then when I got inside, I also noticed that we had over 300 persons inside the building.
What?
Aside the people outside the building.
Inside the NIMC office. They are more than those outside.
Are they? Did you find out?
There are more than 300 to 400 persons there inside that office. Some of them were not putting on their face masks. It was when we came in, they were not like they said some of you should put your face mask.
They as a journalist.
So, but you just see that they were not obeying the. But apart from that, I think the office should get their act in order. I don't think it's not proper to allow that number of persons to be inside that particular building. Because let's look at the facility. The NIMC office it's a big. They have it's a big hall. This side and the other side. It's very big, but with the rate of spread of COVID-19, it's not advisable to allow people to just gather like that. And even the persons who came there to get. One other thing I saw like two old aged people. I saw an old woman and a man. They came there with their children. And in such a situation, you don't allow people who are over 60,
yes.
To pass through that stress. I know at the point they allow some of them to sit down, but in countries where things are working, you don't allow people who are as a man, a man and a woman had two persons carrying them to get their NIN. So and they were waiting, they were complaining. I saw another woman. The woman, she sat down on the floor. So these are not. There are so many problems in Nigeria, but the NIN now is like another problem. Some person said they came there 5 a.m. yesterday morning. I don't know whether they were exaggerating.
I would attest to this. It's not exaggeration. I've seen some people at I think 4:40 something. Making their way to the NIMC centers.
The people who operate the centers, when did they open?
They come to wait for them to open. So yeah, it's like you gather. When you gather, you first to come, you get the number. I think that's how it works. They number you, then they get to call you according to your numbers.
That is what.
Okay. So this is what happened. You said you had recordings from some people right there. Some people were complaining about something like corruption.
Yeah, there's some persons who said some persons will just come in and money, something, certain things will exchange hand. What am I saying? Money exchange hand, and they allow some persons to go inside and before 5 minutes they are out.
So it wasn't a question of there's no fuel, let's contribute money. Okay, let's get to hear from them.
There's also the issue of people at the point at the NIMC office in Benin. After working for time, they said no light. Everybody will now gather money and buy.
What? The people who came?
Money. Yes, contribute money. And
we had the NIMC, we had the Association of Civil Servants Organization NIMC unit here in Edo one time on Saturday. He attested to it. He said they lack most of the equipment to do this registration. So they most times appeal to people who come around for money to get fuel or papers for printing. He did not dispute that. I said this is the only way we ask them to get money so that we can, put things in order for them properly. He did attest to it. But let's listen to the corruption voice.
Now she's around 4. She's around 4 now meet the day here. People they follow corner, they come, they do their own. She's money now, I mean about chop money food. To 12 now, I go eat money food. She's 3 days now to the suffer for this kind for this thing, so maybe I don't go block my line. Now and day. I beg you, I'll tell them, may government, may supply equipment to them, may the airports, may they make the thing they pass. Because people many for outside when they want to their own. Oh many, I beg may they take government, make government airports, may they supply the equipment. They don't take that now. Now generator 1 square feet and they'll say they don't close. Why would they be like that? The government airports, I beg, I don't know how I get to talk. Yeah, bros, I don't know how I get.
So you just say people they pay. How much? You pay.
Even yesterday, when I go immigration, they collect money to the door. The two they can say for free. From 6,000, some 5,000, 3,000. So to the door. But I call yesterday, they say they want ban down for immigration. Say they say they never agree again. I'm going to call here today now before my coffee get the phone. Even that yesterday said in the night now they come up for immigration. People who they book they say me they come February don't finish. They say me they come March. Let me call here so from encourage my heart.
This is something else. 6,000 naira, 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira.
That's an allegation there.
So I tried speaking with the coordinator of the NIMC office in the business center. One of the staff just said that she was not around, and then he said Gloria Osayene. That's her name. So
no, but I mean, when you look at the level of suffering and stress, because I did see some of the videos that we brought back for the benefit of our TV station that's coming up, and I saw Lawano, I think maybe you need to see those clips. You see old men sitting on the floor. I think I saw that video of old men over 70 sitting on the floor. I saw a woman who was lying down on a pile of zinc, a pile of roofing sheets somewhere, because I think she was very tired.
She was outside.
Yes. And then the crowd at the gate they were preventing people from coming in, in groups. But the crowd at the gate was practically negating whatever it was, that they were trying to prevent. But the question is, are there other ways of gathering this data in an organic manner? For instance, you go to the bank to do transactions or whatever over time, and they say, okay, this is what you have to do. I was fortunate. I registered for the NIN in 2015. I got the number, there's a paper slip they gave me, and then they told me to come back in 2 weeks for the plastic ID card. But this is 2021, I still haven't gotten the plastic ID card. Every time I check, they say it's not ready and all that. But the officials of the NIN, of NIMC, the officials at NIMC, when these allegations of corruption, were put to them, what did they say?
First, when I asked one of the staff who choose not to be named, he said first they resume by 8 a.m. That they don't actually have any business. Those who choose to come early by 4 or 5, there's really nothing they can do about it. Then outrightly he denied the issue of collecting money from those who are seeking for their ID number.
They said it's not happening. Because I actually saw someone say they have to pay 15,000 to make a correction, to effect a correction.
No, the issue of correction, that one is statutory. If you have, I think that one is the federal government for change of name. You married, you want to change. These things it's being paid for. That one is not it's not corrupt.
It's not okay. It's not considered like
a corrupt act. Yes.
Okay.
It's like you pay and probably I issued a receipt for that.
The one that is considered corruption is when they say
it's for a first timer. Somebody, Charles, now you want your NIN number, you want to get it, and when you get there, they say you must do this, you must do that, you must grace this particular before we give you a NIN number. That one is seen as corrupt. For those who have or probably you want to change certain things on your ID, maybe your house address. I think you have to pay. You have to pay.
Well, I personally still haven't understood the rationale behind the payment, but your explanation and the explanation put forward by NIMC seem to put that particular statement to rest. But someone was talking about corona right there at the NIMC office. Let's take a listen.
They say coronavirus day for election. People gather and not to say coronavirus day. Now people stay here now as it say COVID-19 day. So as we gather for here, so people never carry virus now for this gathering we gather. Number two, we call here this morning that they flock somebody I get so for number where they won't give her. They carry some enter inside. Say make them use partiality to give them the paper. Now they go buy fuel. Now they go buy fuel say they want to work. How the work want to get edge? So they'll say me come tomorrow, come next tomorrow. Now so they're supposed to take one for this country. Now so it's supposed to be. Oh God, I'm gonna correct this country. I be make God by himself come that come correct her.
All right.
That's the problem of inefficiency.
It's telling on everybody.
You buy petrol now, and everybody is so stranded and all that. It's inconveniencing. I mean,
and one question I would really love to ask is, should there be a deadline for NIN registration? Because NIN registration is an identification mode for every citizen of a country. So wouldn't it be nice that this is ongoing? Yeah, even the Minister of Communication, Issa Pantami, said it's an ongoing process. But due to insecurity, this is why they had to put a deadline for Nigerians. Nigerians, when we hear this is ending so time, they all move up. And the question I want to ask is, in hospitals, shouldn't it be mandatory that when you give birth to a child, NIN should be issued to that child as early as possible before you leave the hospital? Wouldn't it make things easier for the upcoming generation? And talking about the upcoming generation, there is also in the news that it is mandatory for students who are to acquire JAMB form for this year are to also register with their NIN. As at last year too, they also registered with NIN. So what happens to these people that are yet to get theirs?
So what did you witness with the JAMB thing?
I saw most secondary school leavers, young teenagers who were there. They wanted their NIN number, and they, as humans, they were frustrated. Were complaining that they've been here for like 2-3 days, and the time frame for getting this JAMB form is closed, and I don't know whether it will end soon, but they were just complaining as usual. They wanted their NIN, and I think probably they want to buy the JAMB form. So if you buy the form and you don't have that NIN number, it's not, you can't process the form. So we're complaining.
There's a lot of inconvenience and discomfort and a lot of inefficiencies, it would appear, associated with this registration of NIN. And to make it more complicated, the deadline, like you talked about, February 9th, the deadline for the linking of numbers and phone numbers and NI numbers, that is national identification numbers. But
if you ask me, I think you suggested solutions to this. Is probably people as they are going to the banks, they can register them in
an organic manner.
Yeah. But what about the issue of using the way we vote, probably in every ward? Because the NIMC, you can take the offices to every political ward and tell citizens to come out the way you register for PVC.
Yeah.
Just if you do that.
One of the callers suggested something like that, and I think it's a good thing. And NIMC also made a promise that they will be working in partnership with other organizations to make this a less stressful task for them.
I think some banks.
So why are we not seeing other people who are functioning?
Okay, so I think this is what we are not taking cognizance of. INEC is probably one of the best funded organizations,
database organization
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, I think this is a running joke. No matter how rural your community is, electoral materials will get there.
It has to do with politics.
No matter how rural it is, electoral materials get to riverine communities, islands that are off the coast of Nigeria,
than even development.
To make sure you vote, okay? But some basic amenities may not get to the same communities because of how rural they are. Now, INEC is better funded than the Ministry, of course. Even NIMC came under the Ministry of Digital Economy just last year. It came under the Ministry of Digital Economy just last year. So they may not have, unless they do something like a partnership with INEC, to say, okay, fine, can we partner with you to use some of your facilities and all that? Because I know that they require specialty or specialist equipment to gather this data. And this is a process that should go on in perpetuity because people keep on being born in the country.
Well, the truth is, INEC, they've actually come out to say that the next election, your NIN will be required. So if it is so, and we are looking at 2023, then this is the right time to partner INEC. The federal government will want to, of course, 2023, everybody's already gearing up for 2023. And the leaders or the politicians would not want to gamble losing so much voters by saying, oh, obviously if you don't have NIN, and they tell you if you don't have NIN, you can't vote, you would obviously not stress yourself. So I think it's a good thing if INEC comes out to partner with NIMC in registration process and verification process of NIN for Nigerians. It will be a good thing. And looking at the fact that we have over 143 million NIN sent to NIMC already for verification. Remember, verification is different from registration. Now, for verification is just like linking, okay? Yeah, for example, you have your NIN already. You've texted the code you are asked to text to get your number linked. They've received your NIN. Now they're going to send it to NIMC for verification. Or maybe you're retrieving your SIM, like I should. You are going to drop your NIN. They will verify your NIN in NIMC headquarters, and before they get back to you on retrieval of SIM cards. So I think those are the number of people, and then we have over 20 million people who are yet to get NIN. And I asked a question, with this amount of people, with the deadline February 9th, and NIMC, they went on a very short, I'll not call it a strike, I'll not call it strike. They just went on a very short notice.
No matter what you call it, you can paint it anyhow you want. You can choose to be politically correct. A strike is a strike. They
actually did that to, pour their grievances at the federal government due to lack of equipment and proper COVID-19 guidelines to protect the workers in different NIMC offices. And they've given the federal government 21 days, which is still counting. I think we're in the 15th day. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the 15th day or 14th day of that deadline. So we are seeing what will happen if 21 day elapses and federal government is yet to do anything. Obviously, all these processes will be stalled.
I think maybe let's ask our audience, because sometimes when they say wide consultation, the best ideas may just come from the unlikeliest of places. So maybe we should, throw this open to the audience, hear from them what they think can be done to improve, the process and to reduce how cumbersome the process is at the moment.
0706-263-9275, 0903-939-4427 and 0812-178-9154. Those are the numbers, and if you want a text, the text line is 0807-400-9076. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm David. I'm calling from Guinea.
All right, go ahead.
I don't know. Our politicians are a problem in this country. Because what the issue you are discussing in the studio is very easy, just as one of your reporters said there. Back in 2005, I may correct, when the national identity card were issued to people, it was done word by word, and it was successful. If I remember, my mother then, he brought a card to our house. Somebody located our address and gave the card to her in our house then. So I don't know why federal government would make things difficult for Nigeria. I think it is high time the federal government, some of them, they are still working in that office. They know how they did it 2005 in the Obasanjo's era. It was done word by word. They brought the machine to various words and captured people. I was one